Faith to come up and talk about the Fairfield Garden Initiative. And this, again, it's the serendipity. You know, Bill, you had no idea you were going to become an art instructor. I made friends with Jeff Kearse at IEDA. Every year or two we get together for lunch, and said, Jeff, let's get to lunch. And he said, great, Bob, good timing. We've got this money coming in. We got $23 million, and we really want a project to happen in Fairfield. Well, I had just talked to this guy, Dr. David Fisher, who was going to anchor our program tonight, and toured his garden. And I said, well, Jeff, what do you think about home gardens? How about at-scale home gardens? He goes, yeah, sounds good. Do it. So that was in July, and we finally got it done that March, next March. So anyway, Faith, come up and tell us about it.
So the Fairfield Garden Initiative program, like Bob said, started bubbling up in last summer in July, and the community got together. There was a discussion, a brainstorming around how some of that money could be utilized in our community. This money is Community Block Development Grant money, and it's HUD money. The projects that are usually funded with this money are usually infrastructure projects, beautification projects, food projects happen, but it's usually focused around infrastructure, like working to, similar to the grant money that Barbara is working with, money to get food purchased in bulk into food hubs, into food banks. This was the first of its kind, really, the Fairfield Garden Initiative program. So a group of inspired community members got together. I do believe David was there. I wasn't there. I'm on the board, but I wasn't at this meeting. For some reason, I wasn't there. Some reason, I don't know. But the idea came around to, try to build this grant that would supply our local community, our home gardeners, with the support they need in order to have a successful growing season. And so Leanne Gluck, who was on our board, who is no longer here, she moved back to California. We miss you, Leanne. If you see this, please come back. We were graced with her diligence, her go-get-it attitude. She really wrote a beautiful grant, got us all coordinated in there. I was picked up to do the education aspect of the grant. I was going to do the educational workshops and the consulting. Wonderful. That's what I love. I've spent the last, 12 years of my life educating myself around soil health, microbial health, plant health, just really digging deep around what it means to grow healthy food that is medicine. This is where my passion is. And so I was brought in to do the education, loved it. And then I was all for, I was doing some of the admin work behind the scenes to help to get the grant coordinated, organized. We hired a wonderful program coordinator from the community. She was going to be amazing, but it ended up that she had family emergencies, couldn't fulfill with the position, so here I am. And so in April, I took on the position, and we were off and running, right? So the grant was written from July. We didn't get release of funds until April, and I don't know if you guys are gardeners, but in April, your garden should be ready. It should be already done. And so we had coordinated with Tiffany April Rains from Wild Spirits Farms to grow 3,000 plant starts to give away in late May. And so she started, before we even knew we got the grant, growing those plants. She, leap of faith. She just dove in, and that is Tiffany. She dove in, she committed, she grew all of these plants. We were able to coordinate and get over 3,000 plants, almost 3,500 plants out this spring to over 105 families or households. And so each family or household was able to get 30 free plant starts. So that's one aspect of the grant, free plant starts. We also have additional resources in the way of compost. That went out to all of the participants. And then we also have seeds, consulting, garden consultation, beyond like in-depth consulting, garden check-ins. We have mulch, and so we're building this as we go. This is not something that we have a rule book or a handbook to figure out. We're just saying, hey, what do you need? Let's find out what it is. So tool lending library, we're sourcing all of these inputs as we need them for our gardeners. It's an $85,000 grant. 29 of that is for the admin, for the program coordinator role, and then you know, we've got a very strict budget because it is HUD money, but we're being really, you know, conservative, and just trying to only purchase what we need as we need it. And we are, you know, we're doing soil testing for our community participants. We are doing, again, in garden assistance, and then just, you know, if you need help as a gardener, give me a call. I will either come and hang out with you in your garden, or we'll do a little FaceTime, or we'll do a little, you know, chat about what it is that's going on in your garden. How can I assist? And yeah, this grant will run from June. Well, we got our release of funds April of 2022. It'll run through June of 2023. We'll have to finalize everything there for this grant. We would love to see this program continue. We are seeing wonderful feedback from the community, from those home gardeners who are participating, who are enjoying the support. And so we would love to see this program continue. So we are building resources in order to pursue additional funding for the program. We also have filmed so far 16 educational modules. We'll continue to film educational modules. These are listed on our website at gardenfairfield.com, and they are tutorials. You know, how do you take that baby plant and get it into a weedy patch and have it live? How do you get yourself through a drought season and have food to harvest at the end? We'll do composting, we'll do seed saving and seed starting next spring. So we're just trying to walk gardeners at any level through the process of taking a seed to their plate, into preservation, and back to the soil.